When a country begins to slow down, hello and welcome back to Dreamwalk Through Cultures. I'm really glad you're here tonight, wherever you are listening from, whether the room around you is quiet or still filled with the sounds of the day. This moment is just for you. Asterisk, there is nothing you need to follow closely. Nothing you need to remember. Asterisk, simply allow my voice to walk beside you as we begin a gentle night journey together. Asterisk, tonight, we are in Vietnam, not the busy Vietnam, often seen in daytime, but the Vietnam that slowly reveals itself when the world begins to soften. Asterisk, in this country, night does not arrive suddenly, it doesn't rush in, and it doesn't ask the day to disappear all at once. Instead, Vietnam begins to slow down in small, almost unnoticeable ways. Asterisk, as evening settles, shop owners pull down metal shutters, halfway, not fully closed, just enough to say that the day is loosening its grip. Asterisk, plastic chairs are stacked neatly by the sidewalk. A broom moves gently across the pavement, its soft rhythm brushing away the last dust of daylight. Asterisk, motorbikes still pass by, but fewer now, their engines quieter, their movement calmer. Asterisk, if you pause for a moment, you can feel the change. Not silence, but softness. Asterisk, in many American cities, night often feels empty, almost distant. Asterisk, streets clear quickly, doors close firmly, the world retreats indoors. But in Vietnam, the night feels shared. People do not disappear. They simply slow down together. Asterisk, an elderly man sits outside his home, hands resting peacefully on his knees, watching the street as if it were a familiar river flowing by. Asterisk, a woman pours tea into small cups, not because guests are arriving, but because evening has arrived. Asterisk, there is no urgency here, no sense of being late, no pressure to move faster than the moment allows. Asterisk, and this is the quiet lesson of the Vietnamese night. Rest does not always mean stopping completely. Sometimes it means continuing, but more gently. Asterisk, Vietnam teaches that slowing down does not require isolation or perfect silence or being alone. Asterisk, it only asks for a softer rhythm as the sky deepens into indigo. The first streetlights begin to glow, not bright or sharp, but warm and welcoming. Asterisk, and as the country continues its slow exhale into night, we take our next step together. Asterisk, toward the streets themselves, places that, after sunset, belong not to time, but to the people who remain. Streets that belong to people, not to time. As the night settles more deeply, the streets begin to change. Asterisk, in Vietnam, a street is never just a way to get somewhere. After sunset, it becomes a place to be. Asterisk, you notice this first in the way people remain outside. Low plastic chairs appear along the sidewalks, set close together as if inviting quiet conversation or comfortable silence. Asterisk, an older woman sits near her doorway, fanning herself slowly, watching the evening pass without expectation. Asterisk, a small group of neighbors share a pot of tea, cups refilled gently, words exchanged only when they feel necessary. Asterisk, the street does not feel busy, it feels lived in. Asterisk, in many American cities, streets at night are designed for movement, cars passing through, lights guiding people quickly home. Asterisk, but here, the street belongs to the people who stay. Asterisk, there is no clear boundary between inside and outside. Homes open softly toward the street, and the street responds in kind. Asterisk, children's laughter fades into the distance, not loud, not sudden, just a memory of the day slowly dissolving. Asterisk, someone washes a final dish in a small basin. The sound of water gentle and unhurried. A radio plays quietly from somewhere unseen, its melody blending into the night air. Asterisk, to someone unfamiliar, this might look unorganized, even chaotic. But there is a quiet order here, an understanding shaped by years of shared space. In Vietnam, being together does not require a reason. Presence alone is enough. And this is the soft lesson of these streets. Belonging is not always created by schedules, or invitations, or carefully planned moments. Asterisk sometimes. It grows naturally. When people are allowed to exist side by side, without hurry, without demand. Asterisks. As you continue walking, the streetlights stretch longer shadows across the pavement. The air cools just slightly, carrying with it the promise of deeper rest. Asterisk ahead. A warmer glow begins to gather, a softer kind of light. One shaped not just to illuminate, but to comfort. Asterisk and gently, our night walk carries us forward. Asterisk toward the meaning of light itself and the quiet warmth it brings when darkness feels safe. Lantern light and the meaning of warmth as the streets grow calmer. Another presence quietly takes shape. Light. In Vietnam. Light at night is rarely harsh. It does not demand attention. It simply stays along the street. Small bulbs glow behind paper shades, casting a soft amber hue onto walls and doorways. In some towns, lanterns sway gently above the road, their colors muted by the night air, golden, deep red, faded blue. In Hoi An, lanterns line the streets and riverside, their reflections stretching slowly across the water, moving with every gentle ripple. Long ago, these lanterns were Belliavedo, guide good fortune home, and even now, they carry a quiet sense of reassurance that in many American homes. Light is designed for clarity, bright, white, efficient. It helps us see, but it rarely helps us rest. In Vietnam, light is chosen for feeling. Warm tones soften the edginess of the night, inviting the body to relax and the mind to slow. You notice how shadows remain gentle, never sharp or sudden, how the street seems to glow. Rather than shine, a small food stall closes for the evening. The owner wipes down the counter, then turns off the brighter bulbs, leaving just one warm light behind. It is not for work, it is for comfort. This is the quiet lesson of Vietnamese light, brightness. It's not always necessary. Sometimes, softness allows us to see more clearly. As you continue walking, the lantern light follows you, guiding each step without hurry, and ahead. You begin to hear it, the faint sound of moving water. A river waits nearby, carrying more than reflections, carrying stories of the night itself. Rivers that carry more than water. The sound of water grows clearer as you walk. Not loud, not rushing, just a steady, patient movement that has been here long before the night. In Vietnam, rivers are not only part of the landscape, they are part of daily life. Homes rest close to the water's edge. Small boats are tied gently along the shore, rocking back and forth with the current as if breathing alongside the river. At night, the river reflects the lantern light in soft, broken lines. Each ripple carries a fragment of gold, stretching and fading with quiet grace. In many American cities, rivers are something to admire from a distance, a view from a bridge, a place for a weekend walk. But in Vietnam, the river's closer. It feeds the land, it carries people, it remembers fishermen. Once believed that the river listened, that it absorbed the joys and worries of those who lived beside it, and carried them gently away. As you stand near the water, you may notice your thoughts doing the same. Concerns loosen their hold, memories drift without weight. There is no need to follow them. The river moves at its own pace, unbothered by the hour, unaffected by the day that has passed. And this is the lesson the river offers. You do not need to hurry your thoughts to find rest. If you allow them to flow freely, they will eventually settle on their own. As the current continues its quiet journey, you turn gently away from the riverbank. Beyond the water, a softer, more contained space waits, a place shaped by walls, courtyards, and familiar footsteps. And slowly, we continue our night walk toward the heart of home itself. Courtyards, homes, and the art of containment, leaving the river behind. The night draws you inward. In Vietnam, many homes are built not to face outward, but to hold something quietly within. Behind simple doors and narrow entrances, you often find a small courtyard, a space open to the sky, yet gently enclosed by walls. At night, the courtyard becomes still. Potted plants rest along the edges, a single chair waits. Beneath a dim light, the air carries the faint scent of earth and leaves. This is a place between worlds. Not fully inside, not fully outside. In many American homes, space is designed to separate rooms with doors, yards with fences, clear boundaries that protect privacy. In Vietnam, space is shaped to contain. The courtyard gathers sound, softening it before it reaches the rest of the home. It gathers light, holding it gently as darkness settles in. Here, the day ends slowly. Shoes are placed neatly near the doorway. A door is closed with care, not force. A final light is turned down. Not this quiet attention to small actions is not planned, it is learned over time. And this is the lesson these homes offer. Rest does not always come from having more space. Sometimes it comes from knowing where you belong. As the night deepens, the courtyard holds its breath and the house settles into sleep. But beyond these walls, there are memories that remain awake. Memories of those who once lived here and are still gently remembered. And so our night walk continues toward the quiet presence of the past and the stories that are never truly gone. Ancestors, memory, and quiet nights. As the house grows quieter, another presence begins to feel closer. In Vietnam, the past is never far away. Inside many homes, a small altar rests in a calm corner, simple, respectful, lit softly by candlelight. At night, this light feels different. It is not meant to brighten the room. It is meant to remember. In American culture, memory is often held in photographs, kept in albums, or revisited on special dates. But in Vietnam, memory lives alongside daily life. Not as something heavy, not as something sad, but as something steady. People believe their ancestors continue to listen, to watch quietly, to care without asking for attention. There is no pressure here, no fear, only a sense of continuity. At night, a stick of incense may be lit, its smoke rising slowly into the air, curling and fading like a soft thought. No words are spoken, none are needed. This moment is not about asking for anything. It is simply about acknowledging presence. And this is the gentle lesson of these quiet nights. When we feel connected to where we come from, the mind finds it easier to rest. We are not floating alone in the dark. We are part of something longer, something patient. As the incense burns lower, the candlelight softens further. The house settles more deeply into sleep. Outside, the night continues its calm rhythm. Somewhere nearby, a kettle warms gently. Cups are prepared, and a familiar ritual begins to close the day. And slowly our night walk carries us forward, toward warmth held in small cups and the silence shared between sips. Silence, and the end of the day. As the night grows quieter, small rituals begin to appear. In Vietnam, tea is not something to rush at the end of the day. A kettle warms slowly on the stove. Steam rises in thin, gentle lines, fading into the evening air. Small cups are placed on a low table. No one checks the time. No one speaks right away. The tea is poured carefully. The sound soft and steady. Hands wrap around warm porcelain, feeling the heat settle into the palms. In many American homes, evenings are often filled with screens, televisions murmuring in the background, phones glowing brightly in dark rooms. But here, T asks for something different. It invites stillness. People sit together without conversation, comfortable in the shared quiet. A sip is taken slowly. The warmth spreads gently, not to wake the body, but to calm it. Tea in Vietnam is not about stimulation. It is about transition. It marks the moment when the day is released and the night is allowed to take over. This is the lesson hidden in this simple ritual. Rest does not always come from doing less. Sometimes it comes from doing one small thing with full attention. As the cups are set aside, the house feels calmer than before. Outside, the street grows quieter still, lights dim, footsteps fade, and beyond the homes, where the village meets something older and deeper, another kind of quiet waits, one shaped by stone, incense, and open air. And gently our night walk continues, toward places that ask for nothing and offer calm in return. Temples after dark, a place without demands as the night stretches wider. Some places become quieter than others. In Vietnam, temples feel different after dark. During the day, they may be filled with movement, footsteps, voices, offerings placed gently on stone, but at night, they rest. A temple after dark asks nothing of you. You do not need to understand. It's breeze. You do not need to believe in anything at all. You only need to arrive. Lanterns glow softly near the entrance, their light barely touching the ground. Stone steps hold the warmth of the day, slowly releasing it into the cool air. A light breeze moves through open corridors, carrying the faint scent of incense. Somewhere a wind chime stirs, its sound brief, and then gone. In many American spaces of worship, there is structure, a service to attend, words to follow, rules to remember. Here, there is only stillness. Statues remain unmoving, not watching, not judging, simply present. At night, the temple becomes a place without demands. You may stand quietly, you may sit, you may leave whenever you wish. Nothing is expected in return. And this is the gentle lesson these places offer. Peace does not come from being told what to do. It arrives naturally. Nothing is required of you as you step away from the temple grounds. The quiet follows for a moment longer, as if the night itself has learned something new. Beyond the gates, the world feels slower than before. The air is heavier, deeper, filled with the sense that most of the world has already gone to sleep, and somewhere ahead, the night reaches its deepest hour, a time known only to a few and felt by almost no one. And so we continue gently onward into the calm heart of the night itself. This hour of the night, there is a moment in the night hat almost no one notices. It arrives quietly, usually between 2 and 3 in the morning, when even the night seems to pause. In Vietnam, this hour feels especially still. The streets are nearly empty now. Most lights have dimmed or gone out, only a few remain. Soft glows left behind for those who are awake by necessity, not by choice. A security guard sits calmly at the edge of a quiet street, his posture relaxed, eyes half focused on the darkness ahead. A delivery motorbike passes in the distance, its sound brief, quickly absorbed by the night. In many American cities, this hour can feel unsettling, too quiet, too empty. But here, it feels held. The darkness is not sharp, it is thick and gentle. Like a blanket laid carefully over the land, the air feels heavier now, cooler against the skin. Breathing slows without effort. This is the hour when the mind lets go. There are no expectations left from the day, no plans for tomorrow, yet only rest. And this is the quiet lesson of the deepest hour. You do not need to stay a Wakato. Keep the world moving, even as you sleep. Others gently carry the night forward, watching, waiting, passing through as this hour slowly fades. something else begins to shift. Far above, the sky prepares for its next breath. The darkness softens just slightly, making room for the promise of morning. And with that gentle change, our night walk moves toward its final steps, where the country, and perhaps you as well, are ready to rest completely. When morning is still only a thought somewhere beyond the deepest hour, the night begins to loosen its hold. Not with light, not yet. Only with a feeling. In Vietnam, this moment arrives quietly, almost shyly. The sky is still dark, but the air changes softer, lighter, as if the land itself is preparing to breathe again. A bird shifts gently on a branch, not ready to sing, still half dreaming. A streetlight flickers once, then settles, continuing its quiet watch. This is not morning, it is simply the idea of morning. In many places, the day begins suddenly, alarms ringing, lights switching on, thoughts rushing back all at once. But here, nothing is rushed. Night is not pushed away, it is thanked and allowed to fade in its own time. And this is the final lesson of our walk. Rest does not end abruptly, it dissolves slowly, naturally. If this journey has brought you even a small sense of calm, you don't need to do anything right now. But when you wake, and if you remember this walk, you may gently let me know. A quiet, a soft comment about where you listened from, or a simple thought you'd like to share helps this channel continue its slow journeys. And if you'd like to walk with me again through another country, another culture, another peaceful night, you're always welcome to return whenever you need rest. There's no schedule here, no pressure to keep up, only stories waiting patiently for you as Vietnam settles into this in-between moment. Our journey rests as well. You don't need to follow my voice anymore. You don't need to imagine the streets or the lights. Just allow yourself to stay exactly where you are, safe, unhurried, and at ease until the next quiet walk, whenever that may be. Good night, traveler, and may your dreams be gentle.